Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great and wonderful day. And here we have is a group of teens expelled from school for doing blackface. Yeah, that's what's going on here. You know, I am a man of I don't care what people do, for the most part. And if people want to go and do blackface, go and do blackface. I really don't care. It doesn't have any harm to me at all. Again, this does not harm me, okay? This is not a problem. But of course some people get upset. But to accuse people of doing such things and then getting them expelled is a completely different matter. Alright guys, so what we have here from the Daily Mail is this. Teens forced out of exclusive California Catholic school for doing blackface are awarded $1 million after proving it was green acne medication. 2 California teens who were forced to withdraw from an elite Catholic school over accusations of blackface have been rewarded $1 million in tuition reimbursement. A Santa Clara County jury sided with the teens identified by the initials AH and HH on 2 claims concerning breach of oral contract and lack of due process. The boys sued St. Francis High School in August 2020 after photos circulated of them sporting acne treatment masks. The controversy started when the boys were accused of performing blackface and were ultimately pressured into withdrawing from the prestigious Mountain View school. It was quite clear the jury believed these were innocent face masks. Attorney Dressa Baldwin told San Francisco after Monday's judgment, and they are young kids. Their internet trail is going to haunt them for the next 60 years. Now they don't have to worry about that. Now, again, I don't think that you should be absolved from, like, obviously your, for what you do on the internet. Obviously, if you go commit a crime, that should probably follow you. But what's happening here is that these kids were expelled for something that they didn't do, and this should not have to follow them, because this has nothing to do with them at all, right? Like, seriously, like what the hell? Like, look at this. Oh wow, they're doing whiteface now. Yep, totally bad people doing whiteface as well. You're idiots. The teens also on 3 other claims alleging breach of contract, defamation, and a violation of free speech, which I would also agree with to be a violation of free speech. The Brandons initially sought $20 million when they filed suit in Santa Clara Mount County Superior Court. 3 years after they and a friend who attended another school was not included in the lawsuit snapped a selfie while donating acne treatment masks. In the offending photo, the boys' faces were covered in dark green medication. A photo taken a day earlier revealed that they had tried on white face masks as well. According to documents reviewed by DailyMail.com, another SFHS student obtained a copy of the photograph from a friend's Spotify account and uploaded it to a group chat in 2020. So yeah, this is what's going on here. But we're going to talk about the lady here, the so-called justice warrior, the woman that thinks that, oh, this is okay to do. I'm going to ruin these kids' lives. She says less than 4 business hours later, Principal Katie Teckle called HHS parents and said the teen was not welcome back to HFSHS. When the boy's father reiterated that his son had not engaged in blackface, Teckle responded that her decision was not based on intent but optics and the harm done to the St. Francis community. Teckle said HH could choose to voluntarily withdraw rather than be expelled, with the incident scrubbed from his student record. At no time did Miss Teckle or anyone else from the HFHS administration offer to investigate the allegations against the boys or assist in removing the photograph in any way, the lawsuit asserts. By June 17th, the school's attorney was telling the families the image's disrespect was so severe as to warrant immediate dismissal. The school then backed a protest by parents who used the image as evidence of kids participating in blackface and thinking that this is all a joke, according to a Facebook page. So, she was hopping on the chance of this whole situation here, of trying to be self-righteous to the woke people and all that, and this backfired on her. Honestly, I think that this woman should be fired. And it says the teens ultimately withdrew on June 19th, but HH encountered a problem when he intended to join the football team at his new school. Despite Teckle's promise, HFHS was required to disclose that he had switched schools to avoid disciplinary action. This would see him banned from playing sports for a year per regional rules. The lawsuit asserted that the principal's violation of a verbal agreement constituted a breach of oral contract. H ultimately moved to Utah with his family in order to be eligible to play football during his senior year of high school. So, yeah, this vile woman jumped on the woke train and tried to ruin these kids' lives so she could pander to the woke left. This is what this woman did, eventually. It says here, Principal Katie Kegel told one of the boy's parents that he could choose to voluntarily withdraw and any measures of disciplinary action would be scrubbed from his record. But she later went back on her promise. Yeah, she did not go and do that. They voluntarily withdrew, and then she still went after them. This person is vile. And then we, of course, as we have here, teens kicked out of their elite California Catholic school while falsely accused of wearing blackface have been jointly awarded more than $1 million after proving it was just a green face mask. The then students at St. Francis High School in Mountain View were just 14 when they took a photo during a sleepover in 2017 of them wearing the treatment in solidarity with a friend suffering from severe acne, the lawsuit said. The treatment bought one of the boys' mom was light green when applied and turned dark green. Their innocent selfie then went viral 3 years later when it was found on a widely shared during the height of the Black Lives Matter protest following the 2020 murder of George Floyd. A Santa Clara County jury agreed this week that the school breached an oral contract it did not give them due process before expelling them in 2020. The students, identified only as AH and AH in the lawsuit, were awarded $500,000 each and will have their $70,000 tuition reimbursed. This case is significant only for our clients before its groundbreaking effect on all private schools in California, which are now legally required to provide fair procedure to students before punishing or expelling them, said Krista Bung, one of the attorneys for the students. The jury rightly confirmed that the St. Francis High School's procedures were unfair to our clients and that the school is not above the law. In a statement, HH's family said, "We want to sincerely thank the jury and the court system for helping our boys and our families find justice, which now paves the way for their names to be cleared for things they never did." Of course, we have the jury that rejected their claims of free speech and defamation because, obviously it's California. But I digress. They got a pretty big W. There would be an even bigger W if they got, free speech and the defamation because, yes, it was defamation and it was free speech. I mean, they could say or do whatever they want. As long as it doesn't harm other people. And they did get defamed. So, yeah. But that's what you get with California. You're not going to get the biggest W ever. But they got a pretty huge W. Nonetheless, let this be a reminder to you that this woman here, this individual, I haven't heard to where she's been fired. Perhaps she should be fired. Because if you're going to go out and ruin people's lives like this, you should be fired. 100%. You should not have a job, and you should not be able to have to work in schooling ever again. That's my opinion. Because you have sought out to ruin a group of boys' lives over something to virtue signal over with. That's what you did. It's abhorrent in that fact. Completely disgusting behavior. She lied, she went back on her promise, and tried to destroy people's lives. That's what she did. And I can't think of anything else other than her being completely fired, at the very least, fired from her job. Because this is disgusting. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. So, take care my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.